I think that for many years, the girls were stigmatized, and who are these adult actresses? You know, are they just drug addicts who are looking to make, you know, another buck so they could get a fix? Are they just some hippies who are into free love and sex and all that stuff? And are they exhibitionists?
I had to deal with a lot of negativity in the beginning, and that was just when I was doing nude modeling because I'm from a really small town. I had people actually slit my tires on my car, vandalize my car, draw objects on my windshield, all kinds of things like that. But as times went on, like where I'm from, people have just kind of gotten used to it.
I think that went on for several years. I think we helped to sort of change that a little bit when we mainstreamed it and we got real articles written and got taken a little bit more seriously than anybody had before. And then Jenna. Jenna changed everything. Jenna transcended the industry. And after Jenna and since Jenna, I think what we've found is that there's tons and tons of girls getting into the business. They're not embarrassed by it. They are looking at it as a career. They see what she's done. She's respected. People look at Jenna and they're like, she's a star. She's not a porn star. She's a star. And so I think there's a lot of girls who look up to her, and I think that she was really the defining moment when it came to acceptance. Well, we didn't sign Jenna when she initially got into the business. She was signed by another company because she wanted to be the only girl. It wasn't until later on that we partnered up with her and produced movies with her. And her career sort of was on an upward trajectory, but it was that book. It
Right.
was her book that changed everything, because again, that was, you know, New York Times bestseller list for weeks and weeks and weeks. She was on the cover of every daily newspaper in their calendar section, and that's where I think her career really, she took it to another level.
She pretty much set the mold for any girl in the industry that wants to become a really successful porn star.
Yeah. Hannah, what about you?
I progressed slowly. I started off doing the whole centerfold nude model thing, and then when I made the decision to go into hardcore, I just knew I wanted to be with the best, and I think everyone just kind of knew by this time that Vivid is the best.
I like the aggregation model because it gives you a huge range of companies and productions to choose from. In terms of moving forward, for example, when you're dealing with, you know, whoever it may be, LG or some of these companies who are going to own these platforms, in some cases they only want to deal with one adult guy. Well, we think we're the guy, and we know the product, and we understand how the business works, and we're business guys. And there are other business guys in our industry, unquestionably, but I think that our track record speaks for itself, and I think that that's a direction that we want to move in, one of the directions. Now, that doesn't take away from us producing movies and continuing to do what we've done for many years, but we also think that we want to be the ultimate provider to some of these new systems and platforms.
Did you girls watch, I mean, how much adult films did you watch before you got into the business? You knew what to expect. I mean, did you have any idea of really sort of what was out there?
I really didn't watch it before I got in the industry.
Yeah, I didn't watch, I looked at pictures and stuff, but once I got into the industry, now I watch it every day. Like, I search things every day. I don't know, and now I know a lot more of, like, the classic movies and stuff that are being remade.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they mean more.
Right.
We did a show called Porno Valley several years ago, and we were doing it, it was going to play on HBO. And right as we were getting ready to sign the contract was the Janet Jackson nip slip at the Super Bowl, and those guys just ran as fast as they could away from us. So here we were with this, I don't remember if it was 8 or 10 episodes, and nowhere to sell it. Ultimately, we sold it to Playboy, and we sold it all over the world. That wasn't a problem. But when it came to America, we were only able to get it on Playboy. Our second show, which was Debbie Does Dallas Again, which is on after Deeper Throat, we made a couple years ago, And we had that deal with Showtime in place. And it's tough because they get good ratings. I mean, Deeper Throat's getting phenomenal ratings, but they get good ratings, but the networks, they just don't want to focus on them and they don't want to market them. So it's difficult, but certainly it gives us the opportunity to reach out to a huge audience that we wouldn't otherwise get to. You know, there's 1 million websites out there and 1 million people who are shooting content. Maybe it's just very small, little, 3 people or 4 people, and they're shooting maybe 1 scene a month or 2 scenes a month. But if you have something that's really interesting, you'll get noticed.
You have always
And-
maintained that the adult film world is the easiest business to get into. Anybody with a camera and a body.
Well, there's no question that the bar is very low. But just because somebody shoots a movie doesn't
Right.
mean that they're going to be successful. It just means that they shot a movie. And to be successful, as in any business, in any industry, you have to be unique and do something different and market yourself in a different way. And those are the guys who are the winners, and the rest of the guys they're just guys who shoot scenes. Technology is changing all sorts of things. VOD is part of the future. Internet subscription sites, we're still in that business. We're developing new sites. That business continues to grow for us, but that business has changed a lot as well. The wireless business is profitable in Europe, not yet here in the US because the carriers won't allow adult content. That will eventually change. So there's all of these new opportunities. IPTV is coming. I mean, to me, these things, when we see these boxes, whether it's Vudu or Fire or Zillion or whatever, I don't think that's the future. I think that's stopgap before we see real IPTV. And I'm sure as you all know, LG announced they're coming out with TVs that have the chip in it. You'll use your remote and you'll access a virtual video store right on your TV. That's the real deal.